Okay, guys, I'm back. So we're going to continue on. So we decided that we were going to start chemo right away. So now there was a few choices that he could have. Now, one thing that they kept telling us, which annoyed me and still annoys me, which I'll get into that later, but one thing with this is that it's going to come back. And they kept telling us that even when he goes into remission, or if he goes into remission, that's the best that it can get. He won't be cured, but he can get into remission, but it will come back. We don't know when it will come back. It could be a year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, but eventually this will come back. So they said, now every time you go into treatment, they say that every time you go into treatment, they, okay, so he could either have the intense treatment, he could either have this intense treatment, but if he had the intense treatment now, which would completely knock him out, he'd become very sick from this treatment. When it comes back again, there'd be nothing more that they could do to help fight it. Or they could do another treatment, which was a fairly new treatment for them for this type of cancer, that would put him into remission. And then if and when it does come back, they will have another option to fight it, because also every time he goes into remission, or every time it comes back, it will come back worse or stronger or whatever. So so that, of course, so we chose, okay, well, we'll do the first not as intense treatment, and then that way he has somewhere to go if it comes back. So we started the treatment right away. So he had to go in. Okay, oh yeah, so the intense treatment was he would go in for treatment for 1 week, and then he'd be hospitalized for like 4 weeks or something like that. That'd be the very intense treatment. The treatment that we chose, he went in once a month. No. 2 days every month he went in and had chemo. So when he went in, he handled it. Oh, and also another thing, so he could only have chemo. He couldn't have radiation, because radiation is for a localized cancer. So if you have breast cancer, then they can put radiation on that direct spot. But where he has the lymphatic cancer, it's all over. They can't do radiation, so all he has is the chemo. So so that's what he started. He did handle it very well. He was fine. It was actually kind of funny because they give you a steroid, and when they get this steroid, they're just like on a 10, like they're just flying on the steroid. So after that, he would just have this crazy amount of energy on that day. Like it was almost like a manic energy. And we had to ask the doctor, I guess it was the nurse, what was going on. And she said, no, that's very common, and that a lot of guys will go running or go play hockey or do something because they have so much energy from the steroid that next couple of days. But then the week after was when he didn't get knocked out, but he certainly wasn't feeling good. Like he pretty much slept and rested for that week, and then he was back and feeling fine. And he actually worked. He worked at a desk, like he did desk work, but he still went into work. So, which was good for him because he's not one to just sit at home and do nothing. And it was so hard for us while he went through. I mean, it's very nerve-wracking to know that your loved one is going through something so hard and so dangerous, and you don't know what the outcome is going to be of that. And, you know, you're trying to put on a brave face for the family. We didn't want Alexis to know. Of course, she's too young to fully understand it, so why even bring it up? So we didn't tell her. So it was always, you know, trying to act like everything's fine. And that's how we acted. Like, we were both still working, and we were very lucky. My parents would come down the week of his treatments to help us with Alexis. So they would come down and watch her, because I would go with Paul while he was having his treatments. And then the week after, because like I said, he was so tired and sick that they would stay and help with watching her. So we're very grateful for that. And so that went on for 6 months, I think. You do that for 6 months? Yes. So, and he responded extremely well to the chemo. Like, right away, everything went, it was shrinking. He just amazing. He did very well. He did all his treatments, and very luckily he went into remission. So right now there's no signs of it. His blood work is good. He still has to go back every 3 months, and he gets maintenance. He gets Rituxan, which is a maintenance. And I think he has to do that for 2 years. And I lost my train of thought because my dogs are barking. So yeah, so he still has to go back every 3 months to get his Rituxan, but right now he is in remission, which is very good. He's feeling good. His energy has come back full force. So, and he couldn't believe the difference in how he felt with his energy. Like, it was amazing. So, so yeah, so that's really good. We're very happy with that. Now, this may become 3 parts because I'm already pretty deep into this one. So now I'm going to go and talk about how hard it was on us, and we didn't even realize it, I don't think. So, like I said, while we were going through this, we were very nonchalant about it. Like, this is what we got to do, and we're going to go do it. We're, you know, you still got a family, house, jobs to take care of, and we did it all. Now, I definitely had some meltdowns in between there. I'd get very frustrated with my girlfriends because they'd be talking to me about something that was going on in their life, you know, like with their boyfriends or whatever. Like, you know, their boyfriend wasn't snuggling them at night or something like that. And something so trivial to me at the time, and I lost it on quite a few people, my family and my friends, because I'd just be so stressed out, and I would think nobody understood what we were going through. And, you know, I was just like, I'm not going to deal with this. I don't want to hear your story that your boyfriend doesn't want to cuddle you when I don't know if my husband's going to make it through his cancer. You know what I mean? So it was very hard emotionally on us. And Paul liked to pretend like nothing was different, like he wasn't sick, because of course I don't think you want to believe you're sick. So even on the days that he would be, or the week that he was down, he would still want to go do things. He'd still want to go to Costco or go to the whatever. And I was like, you need to go rest, right? And I'd get very frustrated. And one day he was actually sick. And it was the first time I ever saw him get sick. And then when he was done being sick, he goes, okay, let's go to Costco. And I just lost it. I said, you're not going anywhere. So you got to realize that you're sick. You know, you need to rest. Your body needs to rest. And he did it, and I had to go do something else anyway. It wasn't Costco, and he did come with me, and he was fine for that day. But it was very hard emotionally, and afterwards, Oh, another thing that I think really bothered me was that aside from my parents, because they came down and helped us out a lot, they were always there, and they always had to listen to me when I had my breakdowns. But aside from them, I felt that we didn't have any real support. Like, people actually fell away or backed off. And I think it was more so, it wasn't that they were trying to be hurtful or any of that, but I think they were scared and they didn't know how to act around us or know what to say, you know, so they just kind of let us have our space. But now, even when if I think about it, I still get mad. I still kind of get bent out of shape that everybody just kind of fell away, you know, and that's not what you do to your family and friends when they're going through such a stressful time. And, you know, like, and actually one of my friends afterwards, her husband gets sick, and she said, I did understand what you were going through until now, and I feel really bad that, you know, I didn't come around. And I just thought, yeah, like, obviously it's cancer. It's not like you got the flu, you know, like, it's a very serious thing. And to know that nobody did anything, not that anybody needs to do anything, but it would be nice that, you know, you knew that people were thinking of you, or that they would, you know, come down and say, oh, well, why don't you guys go out for the evening, or I don't know, just do something to show that they were there, that they were, you know, ready to support us. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it was very hard knowing that there was nobody there that really got it, you know, like how scary that was, that we didn't know what was going to happen, and what was going to happen in the end. So anyway, so that was a lot to take on. And like I said, my husband, once it was all said and done and he was in remission, even then it kind of hit him, and he started to have a hard time with things. And not a hard time with things, but he became very moody, and he didn't even know why he was so moody. And we went to the doctor, and she said, this is very common. She said, a lot of people, you're in fight or flight mode. She said, so when it's happening to you, you're fighting it. So that's all you're focused on. But then once you know you're okay, she said, that's when it kind of hit you how serious it was. And that's when it all, like, oh my God, that could have been really bad, starts to flood in, and that's when all the emotions come out and you don't know how to deal with it. So yeah, so now he's coming around now. He got some help with that, and I'm just trying to think of my time, see if I have enough time. And then the last thing that really annoyed me is that every time, so now we go back, like I said, he has to go back every 3 months to get his maintenance, and the doctor seems every time will say, okay, I'm going to start this video over because I'm going to run out of time.